Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Al-Shai Bashem, Rakakwadash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest, the elect out there. Shalom to you all. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, not Jesus, not Christ, or the Most High, or God. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, not Jesus, not Yahshua, not Christ. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, when it comes to prophecies, GMS is Numo Uno. Numo Uno. Numo Uno. I know you're saying, no, it's numero uno. Nope, it's Numo Uno. That's how Richard Pryor said it, and which way is up. He said, when it comes to making love, I got a little baby boy across town. And when it comes to making love, I'm Numo Uno. Which is numero uno. When it comes to them prophecies, GMS is numero uno. We're the premier camp. Anyway, IUIC has to take a back seat to us. Breaking news, PSA, public service announcement, whatever you want to call it. This is breaking news. I was on the road. I was going to do something. I was going to go to this particular store, which is maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes away from me. And I saw this, came across this video, and I listened to it. I said, what is this all about? I said, well, let me listen to, GMS Info Doc channel, which is an Apostle Aram Lab. And I'll listen to him, and there's certain guys that I listen to, or if I'm here, I always go to the notifications, and as you can see, okay, I listen to this brother / elder. You should listen to his videos. He goes into a lot of things related to WW3 Armageddon. He brings the facts out, which is very good. He caught it before me. Soldier of Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai. So now the IUIC says the MOTB is a digital ID. Which one is it? Well, you know what? We're going to give credit to Malachi, Deacon Malachi, who they call Deacon Malachiah, and we like him. No, we all like that guy. We all believe that he's sincere, but he's following the wrong group. You should really slide your ass to the GMS. You can get more information, or you should straighten them guys out. See, them guys are afraid of Nate. They don't want to lose that purple T-shirt and the marching and the hoopla and the pomp and circumstance. So he beat me to it. It was put up an hour ago. This was put up a little bit more than an hour. So like I said, I was getting ready to go someplace. It was going to take me, from where I was at, it was going to take me about 15, 20 minutes to get there. And then I had to come back. I was going to buy something, whatever. So when I saw this video, I said, nope. I said, I got to go right back home. And I could have did it with the phone, but I didn't want to. And so I'm going to play it. And I'm going to play this video as well, and I'll let the video do the talking. And we said this. We said that they're going to do one or two. When the MOTB comes, the IUIC and other groups too, IUCPK and other groups, Sakari knows that the MOTB is a microchip. Genesis, because the leaders of those two groups came up under us. So that's why they teach that Friday sundown, Saturday sundown is not the Sabbath. The Sabbath is not based upon the Friday sundown, Saturday sundown. The Sabbath is based upon when the new moon comes in. So sometimes the new moon coming on a Tuesday for that moon cycle. Notice I said moon cycle and not month. Every Tuesday night is going to be a Sabbath, and then the next moon cycle, it might be on a Wednesday night or so forth. It might jump a day or it might jump 2 days. because the calendar, the moon cycle is not quite, what is it, 300, was it 360 days? It's not quite 360. So when you get into the calendar, it's actually called the solar lunar calendar. We know each day that goes by based upon the sun. That's the job of the sun, keep the earth warm. And the moon is a monthly thing. Month meaning moon. Anyway, we've been saying this for years, that when they actually make this, the MOTB technology, when they make it mandatory for the whole world to take it, it's big in Switzerland, but it's going to become worldwide. And we're going to find out what the IUI is going to say when it actually comes to pass. But guess what? They didn't wait. So I guess, I don't know if this is, if Deacon Malachi went over the head of the bishops over him, or they had a meeting, or whatever the case may be. But the cat's out the bag. You said it. You can't put it back in. You can't reverse it. And I know you guys would see Bishop Nate. He would like always bring out something dealing with the MOTB, and he was always change it. And I know you guys didn't want to say nothing, but in your mind you're saying, wait a minute, 6 months ago he said it meant that, but I'm not going to rock the boat. Well, wait a minute, 2 years ago he said this. 10 years ago he said, 13 years ago, whatever, he said that it ain't talking about people at all. It's talking about companies and nations. Then all of a sudden it's talking about people, but it's talking about sin in all of its form, whether it be, he kept changing it. Oh, then eventually, what was this, 3-4 months ago, 6 months ago, he said he had Yuri, I believe, read it, and Captain Yuri, and he read it, and it read over Revelation 13:16, and it said Mark, and he said to read from this particular book. I did a video on that particular book, and he was going by what that book said. Now the book said the word Mark means charagma, so Captain Yuri read it and said charagma. Bishop Nate corrected him and said no, it's charagma, and then he went into, if that was during the time of Nero. He said it at one time. He said it was under Nero's coinage. If you didn't worship Nero, you couldn't buy or sell. Then on 3 Milli, the brother from 3 Milli asked him about the mark, and he said, I believe it was him. He said, oh, during the time of Claudius, if you didn't worship Claudius, you couldn't buy or sell. Well, wait a minute. Claudius pushed out the Israelites out of Rome, so it ain't talking about that. What else can I say? So in other words, he keeps changing it. If you notice, you compare what he teaches about the Revelation 13:16 compared to what we teach. You go back a year, teach the same way. 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, 14 years, 15 years. We teach it the same way. This guy keeps teaching it. Malachi finally got it right. Maybe he's going to leave this guy. Maybe. This guy's full of pride. And I still want to know, Deacon Malachi, can you answer me this? Your bishop, Nate, said that when our Lord was on the cross, you call him Jesus, we call him Yahushua, that when it was the 3 hours of darkness, he said that's an eclipse. Can Deacon Malachi please do a video and tell me, was that a solar eclipse or lunar eclipse? Because I don't think he's going to answer me. Anyway, let's hear it. This don't have to be long. GMS is the premier camp out there. Period.
Fair use. Listen up.
What they gonna do? The whole economy collapse, then they come up with a new solution. I guess what? Let all nations know this is the new form of trading worldwide. And make sure all the citizens have a digital ID, and all their information is on that digital ID, their bank account and all of these things. You understand? That's the level it's gonna come to. It ain't there fully as yet, but that's the level it's gonna come to. The mark of the beast.
So you heard it from the horse's mouth.
We're gonna hear it again. We heard it from the baby horse's mouth, not the horse's mouth. Horse's mouth is Nate. Nate got to say it. And then, like, you know what? If they start teaching the same way teaching all them zombies, this is now you. These guys say we slander. We never name me one time that we slander you. You call us zombies. You are zombies. That's not a slander to call a zombie a zombie. It's not a slander to call ugly person ugly. You's an ugly nigga. I'm not slandering. You slander me. Nope. I'm telling the truth. You fat. You know? You got a bald spot in the top of your head. That's slander. Nope. That's the truth. If you got a bald spot in the top of your head. Let's listen to that again. And you got a lot of videos. You got like redacted. You got this video. This is live. Uneducated economists. World economy crumbling into chaos. You got a lot ever since Trump came back in office. It's all been uphill. People are catching all kind of hell now, including his MAGA people. So he pulled the ultimate fast one on y'all. Let's listen to this again. So he's going into everything going to be digital. Your records all. Malachi said, you would think, is this guy down with GMS? Is he one of the window shoppers? So they finally said it. What we've been saying for years. And like I said, now that they said it, the zombies going to believe it. And they'll break it down the way we've been breaking it down. But because the leadership of the IUIC says it, and that shows you that you people are a bunch of phonies, zombie hypocrites. The scriptures say, cursed be the man that trusteth in man. Jeremiah. Cursed be the man that trusteth in man. The Apostle Paul commended the church of Berea for fact checking him, man. And that's something that you did not do. And we encourage the people, the brothers, and even the sisters that follow GMS I say that all the time, fact check it. Sometimes I'm doing a video and I'll make a statement, this is happening over here, blah, blah, blah. Somebody fact check it for me right now and put it up on the screen. Let's listen to this one more time.
Listen up. Listen up.
What they gonna do? The whole economy collapse, then they come up with a new solution. I guess what? Let all nations know this is the new form of trading worldwide. And make sure all the citizens,
and we said this, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, maybe more. We've been talking about, we the first to come out with the CBDC, which is central bank digital currency. And we said that's going to be that's one step closer to the MOTB. So here you got Deacon Malachi. Deacon Malachi, you need to get away from that dude. You guys that are potentially the elect, you know the guy's a fraud now. Unless he repents. You guys been blindly following this guy. Yawasop, there's no hope for you. Whatever Nate says, you just go. The English is good enough for me. That's why you'll never get the mark of the beast, because you got to look up the word mark. The word is charagma. It's a physical thing. The root word is charax, which is also a physical thing. When the Romans closed in the Jerusalem, they put a fence up. The spikes that you put a fence up, those wood dowels that you cut on the bias, those are called stakes. But in the Greek, the word there is charax. Okay, the charax is a delivery system, and the matter of fact, let me do this. Let me do it this way. So you want to go ahead and follow them guys, you go right ahead. You ain't getting this high level of information, and we don't charge y'all. Let me see. Nate used to charge people for breakdowns. You know why he stopped doing it? Because we started doing it for free. Okay, let me see. Okay. Microchip implant. There is. That's the charagma. Give me a second. Let me open this up. That's the charagma, and that's the charax. And the information that's embedded in this thing, like you got it on your credit card strip, is the root word goes back to the word grapho. You can look up the word grapho. There it is right there. That's what Deacon Malachi was talking about. He said it. The cat's out the bag. So what you guys gonna do? And all I did, this is all I did. I put in microchip. I didn't put Revelation 13. I didn't put in the mark of the beast, nothing like that. I put in microchip implant. Actually, I put in micro, then it said chip implant. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. Come back over here. Let me go to Bible. Give me a second. Right, you got Neuralink. You got microchip technology for dogs and cats. You got another company, that's more advanced, which is Neurotech. Neurotech, which been around longer than Neuralink. Neuralink, by the way, was purchased by Elon Musk. Let me do this. Microchip implant, Bible, prophecy. Okay, it's a mark of the beast, an implanted microchip. While the mark is identified as the number 666, some Christians believe that any type of identification number, such as a numerical tattoo or microchip implant, is a mark of the beast of the Antichrist. How should Christians view microchip technology? Is the mark of the beast a microchip? This is not our information. Let's go to images. Same images. Roger Stone, Bill Gates may have created. I'm not going to read that. They might take my video down. There goes Revelation 13 and 17. This is what John saw. This is what John saw. This is what John saw, and he wrote it down. John didn't know what it was. We know exactly what it was and what it is. And what it is to be. Here, let's open this up. So that makes the leader of IUIC false prophet. You're following a false prophet. If he doesn't repent, he's going to be destroyed, and you're going to be destroyed with him. Deacon Ethan, he told me, was it 2016, maybe 2017? You're right, brother. The mark of the beast is a microchip. Then I told him, well, when are you going to go and tell the leadership about that? Oh, they're not ready. You said they and the ISUPK are not ready. Then all of a sudden, some years went by. Oh, it already happened. The Most High gave it to you, and He took it back. That's that oil. Most High took that oil from you. Just like Nate had the dream that the oil was taken to him and it was given back. Now, if that dream is a vision, that means he will get it back. This is what John saw. This is what the Apostle John saw in the Isle of Patmos. He didn't know what was going on, but he wrote it down. And he saw this. So let's come on back. Is this it? Okay, well, this is something else. I was watching this earlier. I don't want that right now. I don't want this. Where is it? Okay, so let's listen to it again. This is Deacon Malachi. It's up to you to get them straight or to leave. You gotta leave, man. You gotta you're gonna take all your purple and gold, but you gotta leave, bro. You gotta get to stepping, man. You gotta move. You gotta move. You guys, you for years you've been keeping the high holy days on the wrong day. You've been saying that the full moon is a new moon, and you've been keeping your high holy days. There's 2 times in a year where the high holy days fall on a full moon. That's Passover and that's Tabernacles. And your Friday sundown and Saturday sundown, that's not the Sabbath unless the new moon come in on that day. So the jig is up. The gig is up. Proverbs 24:12 NLT. Don't excuse yourself by saying, "Look, we didn't know, for the Most High understandeth all hearts." And no, you didn't know, because we told you. You can't say, "Well, if the Most High was showing you, speaking through the men of the IUIC, I mean from the GMS, that was a slip, from the GMS, from the apostles on down." The 7 didn't teach that because they didn't know it. It wasn't that time for them to speak on it, right? John didn't know it. It was his job to record it, for us to read it. We the prophets coming back and see, and he seeth you. He who guards your soul knows you knew. He will repay all people as their actions deserve, unless you repent. Unless you repent. Unless you repent. Okay, I don't know what this is all about. We got them bug outs. So let's listen again.
Fair use, fair use. Listen up.
Solution. I guess what? Let all nations know this is the new form of trading worldwide. And make sure all the citizens have a digital ID, and all their information is on that digital ID, their bank account and all of these things. You all understand? That's the level it's gonna come to. It ain't there fully as yet, but that's the level it's gonna come to. The mark of the beast. Okay.
So you heard it from the horse's mouth. No, you should be able to get the.
Now the audience is zombies. Shouldn't they be saying, "Wait a minute, that sound like GMS? Is this guy with GMS?" Let me do this again.
No.
What they gonna do? The whole economy collapsed, then they come up with a new solution. I guess what?
We've been saying this for years.
Let all nations know this is the new form of trading worldwide. And make sure all the citizens have a digital ID and all their.
And where's that digital ID going to go? It's going to go into your smartphones at first. It's going to go into a credit card, then it's going to go into a smartphone. That's why if you can't afford a smartphone, they call it an Obama phone. You can get a free. Go in front of a welfare office. There's a guy with a card table. He'll give you a free, iPad, and give you a free. You can take either the phone or the iPad for free. You don't got to ever pay, and you get limited hours to talk time. It's no excuse, But ultimately, it'll go from one credit card. Everything's gonna be in your credit card. You lose your credit card. People can steal your credit card. It's going to go into your smartphone. People lose their smartphones. The battery goes dead. That. You have problems with the smartphone. You got to take it back to the shop, right? But then ultimately, the solution would be to put a chip like we did. Well, it's not harmful because dogs and cats been having chips in them for years. They're not getting cancer, although they're saying that they are. But and then eventually it will be a chip that's going to be in your right hand forehead, either right hand, left hand, forehead. That's what Neurotech is all about. For the record, GMS is the premier camp that's been teaching this for years. For years, since we got on YouTube, before we got on YouTube, we've been teaching this. We haven't changed a bit. Meddle not with them that are given the change. So finally, it took a man, not the leader of IUIC, but one of the men under the leadership, which is not even the bishop, he's a deacon, if I'm not mistaken. He pulled it out. So we're gonna find out what's the plot thickens.
Information is on that digital ID, their bank account, and all of these things. You understand? That's the level it's gonna come to.
And see, real wow. Oh, this is some deep stuff. We've been saying this for years. So we tell the truth, and I can become your enemy because I give you the truth. That's what the Apostle Paul said, Galatians 4 verse 16. So we come in the spirit of the Apostle Paul, which comes in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We told you the truth. Nate told you something different. You hated us for telling you the truth, and you wanted to follow a lie. Now you got guys from your own people telling you the truth, and now all of a sudden you can see it. This is why we call you guys a bunch of zombies. Because you don't have your own fucking mind. Scripture says, study to show thyself approved.
But then they're fully as yet. But that's the level it's going to come to. The mark of the beast. Okay?
So you heard it from the horse's mouth. You know, you should be able to get the information on the channel, because it should have come up. You know, because the brother just showed it. But we'd like to start off by saying Barak Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Ruach HaKodash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is, we knew the IUIC was going to spin the narrative on the MOTB. I'm joined with the elder Hanak.
Shalom.
And I've been saying this for years. You know, I was interested to find out how the IUIC was going to finally spin their web, you know, into, you know, pretty much telling the world that the MOTB is the microchip, you know, the micro C-hip, you know, and finally you see in the first, Bishop Nathaniel started spinning his web, you know, saying there's going to be a digital system. They might throw a micro C-hip in there. Now you had Deacon Malachi, you know, going into the digital system.
Deacon Malachi, you grown man, it's time to leave these guys. Or come, hey, how can two walk together except they be agreed? So you got to tell them, that's what y'all got to start teaching from now on. If you teach this, you taught it the way we been teaching it, which is the right way, and you, how can I say, and Nate goes back to his way, that's a division right there. There shall be no schisms among you, that ye all speak the same thing. That's what the Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians. So there's you know, hey, the leadership of the GMS, we all teach the same thing. We all teach the same thing. If you ask anybody in GMS, what's the MOTB, Revelation 13:16, they're going to say the same thing, no matter who you go to in GMS. If they say different, they out of there.
And the digital ID that all the nations and their citizens would have to accept. Now, when you go back years ago, when they used to break down the MOTB in Revelation 13, they said that the both small and great, rich and poor, that's big nations, small nations, poor nations, rich nations.
And we laughed at that. We laughed at that.
You know, nothing to do.
We laughed at every breakdown that Nate attempted to pull out there. We laughed at that.
With people, but now all of a sudden it has to do everything with the people. You see, but your zombies still ain't gonna get it. They still gonna follow you blindly. You know, you said it wasn't talking about citizens; it was talking about nations. Now you talking about that there's gonna be a digital ID that they're gonna be forced to accept with all their information on there, which is what we've been saying the whole time. We never changed it. We kept speaking on it. We never changed it. We've been saying that they're going to bring in the MOTB system, and that it was going to be a digital system, and that they were going to have everybody's information on it, and they're going to use the micro C-hip which everybody's with everybody.
Which he didn't say the micro C hip. He has to bring it on home and say it. It's going to ultimately be in a microchip in your right hand, left hand, forehead. What I've been telling you recently, watch what the most Yahweh Bashim Yahushua going to do to the IUIC. He going to break them up unless they humble themselves. Remember, Jonah, the people they fasted. They even had their animals fast. They humbled themselves. And the Most High brought back the destruction. Ultimately, he got destroyed any goddamn way. And the Most High took care of Jonah for being an asshole.
There's information on it.
It's real. This is real. To be real. I'm having a little fun because I'm a little happy. We're gonna keep our eyes. We are gonna keep our eyes on the IUIC to see where they're gonna go next. We're dealing with this particular subject.
When you go back to the word mark in the book of Revelation 13, it goes back to the word charagma. And when you break down the three root words, it's talking about the device, it's talking about the delivery.
But wait a minute, slow down. Slow down, partner. You're going a little too fast. Remember what Yahweh Sab said, English is good enough for me.
System, and it's talking about the information that they're going to put inside of that device in order for you to operate in this new system. This is why they're getting people used to paying with their eye scan or with their palm. You know, you want to say something?
I know what you're saying.
All right, can you get let's get Revelation 13. You know, I was trying to think of another precept, but pretty much these individuals are nothing but hypocrites. They're nothing but liars, hypocrites, deceivers, connivers. You know, and they're telling you now that it's going to be a digital system that the citizens are going to be forced to have a digital ID. But back then they would say no, but just talk about big nations and small nations, rich nations, poor nations. You know, it's talking about embargo, it's talking about Christianity, it's talking about sin in all its forms. The MOTB is sin in all its forms, whether political or religious. Now, the MOTB, you heard Deacon Malachi, the MOTB is going to be the nations and the citizens of the nations are going to have to get a digital ID.
Quick precept?
Yeah, bring it up.
This is James 1:8. It says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Yeah, basically, you know how the IUIC, you know, the so-called leadership, they keep spinning the narrative. 1 minute is this, 1 minute is that. So really, like the Apostle Ralph goes into all the time, that it's that uncertain sound. Mm-hmm. They should definitively tell you what it is and what it's not.
Right.
They're not doing that. They're saying it could be this, it could be that. 1 minute you get one breakdown, the next minute you get another breakdown. So you're actually confused.
Right.
Okay, because really every individual down here on earth is going to be confronted with this individually.
Right.
Okay, you're not going to have your leader right there by you to say, you know, to reinforce whatever breakdown that he told you. It's going to have to be in your mind.
Right.
And you're going to have a whole bunch of things in your mind, and you're not going to know
right
what it is and what it's not.
You're not going to be stable. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. Now, there was another precept that just came to mind. Revelation 3:10.
Okay. Yep.
Unless you had something.
No. That's I was thinking about that too.
Revelation 3:10. You know, because the time is going to come, like the elder just said. Everyone is going to be isolated. You're not going to be able to stand on somebody else's merit. You're not going to be able to stand in a buddy system, hand in hand. You know, whatever decision this person makes, that's the decision you're going to make. You're going to be put in a situation where you're going to have to choose for yourself whether to accept the MOTB or not. You see? And if you are not sure what it is, how can you resist the right thing if you are being fed uncertainty?
Let a ninja miss a couple of meals. See how fast he go down and get that chip. So you better, learn how to do some intermittent fasting so you can miss some meals. You know? That's going to be the test. And I believe everything going to go fast with the test because the Most High is testing you. Revelation 3, verse 10. It's going to be a test, the great time of testing. So it could take 3 weeks. Okay. They're gonna push it out there like the sea ragamuffin, and a lot of people got nervous and ran their asses to. And now all Alex Jones and them coming out with all these different doctors and stuff. They're saying it's all BS, but the damage is already done, and people believe it because they had relatives that did it, and they no longer here, that were in fine health until they did what they had to do. And see, this devil getting ready to get taken out. He getting ready to be taken out. So the devil shall come down upon you having great wrath, because he knows he has but a short. He knows that he got it but a short time. The Esau knows, the leader Esau knows he ain't gonna be here for no 1,000 years.
You're not really being told, you know, what it is. Over the years, you've been given so many different breakdowns that your head right now should be spinning. The Lord said he's not the author of confusion, but of peace.
Oh, if I could say this,
yes, sir.
too.
And that's all Nate been doing, is bringing confusion. A beautifully wrapped box of confusion. That's a topic right there. Nate brings a beautifully wrapped box of confusion.
Throughout the years, one thing that they have, and correct me if I'm wrong, one thing they have said is it's not a micro C hip.
That's it. They keep saying it. Then the last time, not the last time, but one time when Bishop Nathaniel called himself going into the digital system, the digital money system, which he was forced to because all the evidence, all the receipts are there. You know, he said they might throw a micro C hip in there. Now all of a sudden, you know, Deacon Malachi is talking about a digital ID that you're going to have for the MOTB. You heard him. You could go back and watch this video at the beginning, and you should be able to see the title of the video he did and the actual page where it's from, and you can go there and see it for yourself.
Yes, IUIC classroom.
Right. And then the 666, they broke that down totally. They botched that. Talking about the 6th seal and the 6th trumpet and the 6th this. It's Esau, the 666. No, that's not what that's talking about, bro. You know, on the one hand, you're getting part of it right. You know, what you've been heckling us, scoffing us, laughing at us for breaking it down, saying it's a MOTB, a digital system coming, and all of your information is going to be on there in order for you to operate in this new system. You've been laughing and scoffing at us, talking shit about us. We're bugged out conspiracy theorists. A conspiracy theorist is a nut.
Yeah, generally is a nut.
Generally is a nut. But now you're talking about it, and you're saying some of the same things that we're saying. But now you're this, oh my God, such a great revelation. You know, IT.
Yeah.
Blow the horns. Oh my goodness, drop the mic. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, this is Revelation 3 and 10 because
that shit kind of makes you mad, but then again, it doesn't, because the Apostle Paul said, whether in pretense or in sincerity, Yahweh Shai is preached, and I therein do rejoice. Because it's being taught, and people out there that have their head screwed on right, they could actually see what the fuck is going on.
Yep.
But
we listen to you for entertainment. We laugh and joke when we listen to you speaking, when you put your foot in your mouth. I'm talking about the leader. When everybody got on you with the horse thing. Everybody ranked on you about the horse thing, man. But except for your zombies. I bet you Deacon Malachi was talking about, I wish I can get the horse too. I wish I can hop on a horse too. Kanai, where your horse? Y'all, what's up? Where your horse? And you had two Edomite women accompanying you. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's listen.
Go ahead, bro.
This is
He said, go ahead, bro, like he's mad. What you mad for?
Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience.
Something that Nate hasn't. He deceived with the word. This deceived and the deceiver are his. He's a stumbling block. Nate's a stumbling block.
I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Right, the hour of temptation is the time of Jacob's trouble, when shit's gonna get so hard out here. You know, you're gonna be. You could see dire straits coming. You could see people are losing it. You know, because their means of survival is dwindling. So when all hell breaks loose and you're in a desperate mind state and they offer you this micro C-hip, most people are just going to accept it. Mm-hmm. And the members of the IUIC and the ISUPK2, they're given an uncertain sound. They're not told what it is and what it ain't. I mean, one thing I say about...
And that's why we say these guys are both sold out. They took the bag. They dealing with the black suits.
The ISUPK is that they keep...
They're dealing with the men in black.
Teaching the same thing. They never change the embargo thing. They just keep talking. They don't even talk about it. They just say it's an embargo. They don't even talk. I don't think I've heard them even bring that up. But the thing with the IUIC is, oh, what a tangled web we weave when at first we practice to deceive. You know, because you done told so many lies and spin that scripture so many ways that if somebody had their head screwed on half right, they could see that you got...
You know you done effed up, Nate. You know you done messed up.
It's full of shit. You know?
Well, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Yep.
And that's the actual spirit. So
yeah.
You have leadership that's double-minded. That's...
And you constantly lie, and we said you're not going to stop. You know I told you that you won't stop. You know I told you that you won't stop. If you know what I'm doing right now with that little thing that I just said, you can put up in the chat. You're good. You're good. You're damn good. Let me do it again. You know I told you that you won't stop. You know I told you that you won't stop. I'm having fun with this thing. I can have fun. I don't got to come off sounding like Alexander Scorby. All right?
That's what they're feeding to their congregation. So yeah, they're gonna when it is revealed to them, when Esau brings it out to the whole world, they're gonna have so many different...
Well, that's when these niggas will believe it. If Esau says this is the mark of the revelation, oh yeah, I believe it now, because Esau said
breakdowns in their mind.
Yep.
And what it is, and then your voice is gonna come in. Hey, no damn microchip.
Yep.
And then they're gonna actually go and take it.
Yep.
And that's all part of that deceptive, deceiving tactic that the false prophet uses.
Yep.
We're gonna be at the door, opening the door, so you can come in. We're gonna help you. We're gonna help you take it. Just joking.
Because he's nothing but a hireling.
But we're gonna have them cameras out there. We're gonna do the street interviews. What do you think of? Oh, it's beautiful, especially the black woman. We're gonna interview her a lot. This is just wonderful, because I lost my wallet and I lost my cell phone, and this is just wonderful, man. Oh, my children got it. My dogs got it.
He doesn't really care for the flock. He can actually see danger coming, but he's not going to warn you because he's about his own self. He's about lining his pockets.
Yeah, because he's a big black vulture. That's why.
Or whatever the case may be.
Yep, they haven't made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle of the day of the Lord. And their blood, they're going to die, but their blood is going to be on your hands. You're going to have to answer for that.
It says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Right.
Now you got to go into the Greek. The world there is not, the word for world is oikomene, not cosmos or eon. There's a difference.
And there's going to be a great time of testing, as it says in another verse. Version, NLT, I think it was. Elder Pastor brought that out a while back. You know, so this great time of testing would be what? Jacob's trouble. You know, you got 2 Ezra 15, 2 Ezra 16. You got many other scriptures, you know, on the uncertainties and the perilous times that are coming. You know.
Anyway, with that, you can watch the rest. This is 4 minutes in, 3 minutes in. You can watch the rest. I got to be on the road. With that, I'm going to say shalom on to the next shalom.